Hello, and a happy belated Thanksgiving if you're an American viewer. As I'm sure you can already hear, I have come down with a bit of a cold over the past couple of days. My plan initially was to release a revamped version of Love and Anime today, one centered around too many losing heroines and focusing on heartbreak. And that's still in the works. But between my clogged sinuses and family coming into town for the holidays, I think I'm going to take a bit of a different direction today. I am a channel that is first and foremost about romance anime. It's the genre that I enjoy watching the most, and have the most to say about. And yet, if you go to my channel page here on YouTube, you'll see that my number one favorite anime is not in the romance genre. Bocchi the Rock is a slice-of-life comedy about 4 high school girls forming a band together. The love on display in the first season is less about romance and more about friendship, self-esteem, and what it means to be passionate about something. This was the first show I watched when I was just starting to get back into anime, and it had a profound impact on the direction my life has taken since. Now, that sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I promise with further explanation it will make sense. So with Thanksgiving just behind us, I feel like there's no better time to examine my favorite anime up close, and why it's so special to me. Let's talk about it. First up, the analysis of the anime itself. When stripped down to brass tacks, it's not like there's anything that jumps off the page about Bocchi the Rock's premise. Shy main character finds friends in a comedic slice of life. And yet, this anime has remained crazily relevant over the 3 years since its release. I feel like I see more Bochi reaction images than any other show, regardless of what platform I'm on. So what's the X factor? The special sauce that makes Bocchi the Rock different? There's some obvious things that come to mind, like the awesome music or some of the really creative visual gags. But I would contend that none of that would matter without the heart that this show has. Bochi is a pitiful character, and the show doesn't hold back from making that clear early on. She gets dragged into the world of Kesoku Band, but it's not like everything is easy after she crosses the threshold. Through all of the funny breaks from reality that she experiences, we can feel how scared Bochi is. The story is not afraid to have her fail, too. She may be technically very skilled from her years of practicing guitar, but the roadblocks in front of her are constructed out of a lack of self-esteem, a fear of connecting with others. This dynamic serves 2 key purposes. First, it makes her triumphs feel triumphant. Seeing Bochi fail makes the moments that she steps up hit much harder. It's show don't tell sort of stuff, and it lets us track her growth in concrete terms. It reminds me in a way of Hachiman's development in my teen romantic comedy Snafu, where even if it's painful more often than not, we get to see the entire trajectory of his development from misanthrope to friend. There's power in taking it slow. The second reason Bochi's introversion works so well is that it really amplifies the friends around her. Every time that one of them lends Bochi their support, it carries an outsized impact. We can feel how important these people are to our heroine, even if they're just being normal friends. We start the show with Bochi desiring fame, pursuing music because of what it could provide to her. As the first season moves along though, that perspective completely changes. Bochi tries so hard for the band because she cares about everyone else, wants to support their dreams and aspirations. She loves her new friends dearly, in other words, and they return that love in turn. Everything we've covered thus far makes Bocchi the Rock an incredibly gratifying show to watch, on top of its comedy and music, giving us a main character that is really easy to root for, and a cast of supporting characters that have a real impact on her growth. So that's why I think Bocchi the Rock is a good show in general. Why is it so important to me? At its core, I think that this anime is about having dreams. The scene with Bochi and Nijika after their first concert addresses this directly. All 4 members of the band have different reasons for playing, but this idea of working towards a goal is shared amongst them. When I first watched this anime, I was feeling at a bit of an inflection point in my life. I had been in my current job for about a year or so, and felt grateful to be able to make a living doing media work. But in the back of my head, YouTube had been lurking for a while. The idea of making videos about things I was passionate about, and having other people see them and interact with them was a dream of mine. But like a dream just after you've woken up, it felt unreachable, slipping through my fingers every time I tried to grab a hold of it. I would think about videos I wanted to make, ideas I wanted to share, but they never seemed able to leave that liminal space of planning. There's also a hubris in wanting to make YouTube videos, don't you think? What, my ideas are so special that other people need to hear about them? I know I'm being a bit ridiculous, but doubts like these can really be prevalent before you take that leap, or when your first videos are struggling to reach that many people. Bocchi the Rock came along at the peak of my doubts, and was so helpful in getting me to reframe them in my mind. The only way you're going to ever get close to your dreams is by working towards them. It's not always going to be easy, but that's okay. Because that yearning inside you, that desire to achieve your dreams, is satiated less by success than you think, and more just by the act of trying your best. Kita says it herself in the 5th episode of the season. When the time comes, I want to be able to say I gave it my all, and that I don't have any regrets. It can be easy to get swept away in the YouTube of it all sometimes, worrying about my view counts and click-through rates and average view duration. But honestly, that doesn't matter to me all that much. It's cool to have a video pop off, but I get so much more out of just clicking back through my channel and looking at the videos I've made. I'm proud of the work that I put in, rather than the results of the videos. But what if I fail was a question that lived in my head a lot. And Bocchi the Rock helped me to realize that that's not really a worry you need to have if you're trying your best and making things that you like. Bocchi the Rock helped me take the leap to making YouTube videos, and for that, it will always hold a special place in my heart. Speaking of, I figure there's no better time to acknowledge how grateful I am for all of you watching this right now. I know I just went on about how I do this in large part for myself, but that's underselling how much I appreciate all of your support. I genuinely look forward to reading your comments on my videos, and love when I get a new perspective I hadn't thought of. I know I haven't made an official subscriber count commemoration video since 1,000 subscribers, but I promise I'm kicking around some ideas for 10,000 if and when we get there. Speaking of, if you enjoyed this video today, liking and subscribing helps a ton, as does hitting the hype button on the mobile app. I'll let you know now that there won't be a split screen this coming Monday. I have too much going on around Thanksgiving and need to get better anyway. With that in mind, I'm SlamAnime, and I'll see you in a week for the next episode of Love and Anime.